Does it send a message backwards? It sends a message of love. Love walked in through the door. The theme song done backwards for the Yeah Come On Show podcast. And this is show 166. I am Southside Steve, your host. In the center, at least the center picture for myself, one Brett Barney, my co-host. And on his right, in black, in a V-neck, that would be our co-host, one Evan Brando. We are the Yeah Come On Show. Can I get a little yeah come on to start off?
Come on. Somebody's got a job, baby.
Yeah. Welcome back to the world.
Yeah, I got a gig. Oh my God, Jimmy Barron just sent me very excited for you. Congrats on the gig, Jimmy. Isn't that nice?
That is nice.
That is nice. All my peer group, Dallas has gotten a hold of me. Kincaid didn't send me anything, but I don't have a relationship with him.
But you think like a cheese plate or an edible arrangement or something would be nice.
Would have been
edible
nice.
arrangement's fantastic.
Yeah, it would have been nice. A fruit basket. Kincaid, if you're listening, get on that. Get on sending.
Get on it.
If they did it early enough, you could have doubled it up and been like Mother's Day gift.
Hello.
Oh yeah,
save you a few bucks.
So what I want to tell to our good friend JJ Kincaid is you screwed this man out of some fruit and a Mother's Day gift.
Way to go. Way to go. And Bert, who's got more money than God because he takes that I don't know, girlfriend or wife, I don't know what she is, but every time I look, they're on a beach in some exotic location, or she's in a new outfit. But Bert wished me well this morning. I appreciated that. Bert and I always go back and forth. So I have had the tip of the broadcaster cap from most of my peer group. So it all started this morning. You're right. It's done.
Did any TRG guys hit you up?
No.
Well, I was curious, but I was like, maybe not.
Well, Tim Andrews' silence is striking.
Yeah, Tim Andrews, who was on the show, said congrats. Seabass and I went back and forth a couple of weeks ago, but he hasn't said congrats. Larry and Eric, totally silent. And Bailey, silent. I can't believe it.
I saw Axel wrote you, nice to be working, huh?
Yeah.
Axel's my little radio heartthrob. He's my buddy. I hate it. That was the best year of radio, but now I'm looking at another great year. And again, as I've put out there, I'm not taking shots. It's just not my nature, number one. And you can't be butthurt after 14 years if a company lets you go. I mean, I could be, but I'm like, that's a pretty damn good run in radio. It's how they did it wasn't nice, but it was done very corporately. It wasn't done locally. Locally, I would have thought I'd have had a pizza party. There would have been a nice write-up. There'd have been something in the AJC about me. What a great job I'd done. Instead, there was nothing. I was let go 3 weeks before Christmas. No money, no severance. And that decision was made in New York. So whatever.
I'm going to ask you guys this because we all met at Cumulus and Evan kind of pseudo still works there. But I know one thing I always thought about. Now, granted, I got let go during the pandemic, so this wasn't going to happen. But when you get let go and you see people leave and whatnot, they always throw the pizza party. And you go to a Blue Moon, there's always a pizza party. And I was like, what? Have I earned the pizza party?
Almost. You'd been there a few years.
I was there almost 10 years.
Yeah, see, and that's weird that I didn't know that you were there that long. I just remember seeing you like on the news station,
Well, when I first started, you were mornings and I was noon to 8 p.m. Well, first I originally started 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. So like I kind of worked my way backwards into mornings and then we kind of met. So I'd been there for 4 or 5 years before we actually met.
Oh, well, that's horrible that you were in
shifts.
that building. You were in that building for 4 or 5 years and I had no idea. So
that's why I don't think he should get the pizza parties because he's been in there a long time. He's not making an impact.
Sorry, that's
Brad,
the thing. He's right. Did you make an impact on the staff?
I don't think so.
Would people go? Would salespeople, office type people?
Oh yeah,
go to your party?
Yeah, I can think of Rhett would have gone.
Okay, there's one guy.
Hold on, Rhett is like the salesman that is just above. He's like, he reminds me of. He's the character in 16 Candles. He's the king of the nerds. In other words, all the really bad salespeople, Rhett is the best of them. Then comes, then comes those 3 or 4 superior salespeople that Rhett will never get to that level. So he's always going to be over the new sales reps because he hustles.
I mean, I'll knock out some names. Romac would have said he was coming and no showed. Ralph, I would say 70% probably going to come. We talked about a golf.
I don't want to. Nobody knows who Ralph is, but Ralph is the fucking king.
I love
Ralph. I only
I
know
love
Ralph
Romac and Rhett
because
too. Those guys are great sales guys. But
I was hardly around Ralph, because I didn't have
Honestly,
accounts
yeah.
with him. I knew who he was, but I do know he quit sales, and he and his brother bought one dump truck, and now they drive one dump truck. They take turns, and they're making a living off one dump truck.
Yeah, he also owns a food truck.
Oh, he
Didn't
does?
He
know
goes
that.
out to events. Yeah, he was doing that while he was there. That's him
What
and I were
food truck?
talking about. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but
Huh.
yeah, he showed me. It's actually, so I guess legally in Georgia, if it's a food truck where you're driving it and you're serving the food out of it, you have to go to a commissary to prepare the food.
Yes,
But because he owns
well-
a truck and the truck is a trailer that he pulls, you actually can cook in the trailer.
that is correct. I worked on a food truck and it had to be carried by a truck. It could not be like an RV.
Yeah.
And it was.
So-
I mean, it was like you go in and it's like a full kitchen and stuff. But yeah, that is true.
Okay,
I think Sean would have shown up to my pizza party.
that's our general manager. I think it's his job to show it though. So
He's the one who throws it. Yeah.
yeah, he's doing it. He pays for it
Yeah.
through the company money.
That's why he better show up. I think Vicky might have shown up. And that
She's-
would,
oh,
that,
yeah.
that, that would have been a surprise. And most people are like, wait, how would that? Because we're both Bama people. We got along really well.
That's right.
Vicky runs sales for the Burt Show for
Yep.
Q100. I'm just
And
trying to help people know who these people are. You keep throwing out names. I got to give them some background.
Yeah, no. I'm trying. I don't want
Kevin would have came. Nick,
And I'm
Nick-
trying to
Nick
save you,
woulda
Evan.
came.
Hold on. This Evan's still employed there. We got to watch it.
I like these people.
They're
I do
just generic
too.
first names. I don't really care.
Hey,
I still
look.
talk to all these people. Well, most of them.
Yeah, dude, I didn't ask to be fired. I've worked with people that did.
Wait, so
But-
Steve, did
and
you earn
you
the
and me
pizza
both,
party?
Steve. You and me both.
Yeah. Huh?
Did you earn the pizza party? Do you
Are
think
you
people would have
kidding?
came?
Dude, I didn't earn a pizza party. I earned a goddamn steak dinner is what I
And
earned.
a Dave and Buster's outing.
No, I
You're
deserved
an
I
axe
deserved
throwing.
whatever the top is what I deserved. 14 years, top biller. I brought in more revenue than any other person on Rock 100.5. And I would even say on Kicks, I brought in more. But you know what? They just didn't do anything for me.
If you
And I
did
was-
get one,
What?
if you
Huh?
did get one, what would you have wanted it to be?
One what?
If you
Send
got
off
like a
party.
going away,
Yeah.
you know,
Thank you
a
for your
pizza party or
service.
I would want it to be probably the reason people like the pizza party at Blue Moon is because it's close. You just
Yeah.
got to walk across the street.
More likely people will show up.
And if I'm out and it's over, I don't want to drive anywhere for those people. I want to walk someplace, get it done, and leave.
Mhm.
And I never went back in the building. I put that out. I don't know if you guys saw my social media last night, but I showed my last shift on the radio, and we had Ted Jenkin, who is a proud sponsor of our podcast with Oxygen Financial.
Man, we love Ted.
Love Ted, along with Circle 285 as well. And Ted was in studio with me. And, you see me, and little did I know the next day, December 2nd on a Thursday, I'd be cut. And I was like, okay, so here we go.
I will say to look on it, as far as last days go, sure, it would have been nice to be able to like say sayonara, but getting to do a show with Axel, who is someone you loved, and finally like a co-host that like loved and respected you and then you worked well with, and also doing it with one of your best friends and Ted Jenkin, that like, it's pretty cool, right?
No, it was good. But what's the most important thing to me? And this is what I also wrote. Now, and I know you guys, so I know you feel the same way. If anybody takes the time to listen to the Yeah Come On Show podcast, if anybody takes the time to listen to me or a show I'm a part of, even if you don't like me, but you like the other, the rest of the ensemble,
A lot
I'm
of
fine
people
with
here
that.
just for Brett. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they were listening for Mo on Axel and Southside. Who knew? But they did. So the thing is, you listened. So I appreciate that. You're the most important person. It's always the listener. And the one thing I don't like about radio is when it's over, usually you don't know. And if you do know, or you see it coming, there is no goodbyes. I do think it would be done right. I think if a Bert was leaving, there'd be a goodbye week or year.
It depends on whose terms.
Yeah, it depends on
Yeah,
that.
that's a really good point.
But I'm a good citizen. I would have said goodbye for the whole month of December until the Christmas break. They could have left me on the air to the 16th, and I would have been working. Instead, they paid me for the whole month and I didn't do anything. But I would have done that. I would have said goodbyes. Axel and I could have done one remote party somewhere, maybe at Legends, put a little money in my pocket to say goodbye. I would have done it right. Hell, you could have brought Barnes on the show.
I was going to say,
Craig, I would have said, hey, good luck. Look, just know when you sit in that chair, think of me. It's molded to my butt, but it's your studio now. I would have done all the right things, and they didn't give me the opportunity.
I think I definitely understand that, like, and that's why you're saying the decision didn't feel local, right? Is because, like, somebody who doesn't know you, of course, they don't want it to be like, let's not do a sayonara because the personalities are going to be upset and listeners are not going to want to move on, and it's a cleaner split. But if you know the market, maybe there's personalities who are a little more willing to do a baton pass and are a little more sympathetic to, like, hey, this is just the industry. This happens sometimes.
But throw on your corporate cap, dude. Like, if you're doing this and you're letting somebody go, get them out of the building. It's too risky. You have too much on the line. They could say something and end with a fine. It's too much risk.
Yeah,
on the
but
company
you got to also
for not enough reward.
But what about me? Here's the thing. You think I'm crazy?
You're a number. Literally, that's it.
To them.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
that's my point.
To corporate, we're all just numbers, dude.
In a corporate sphere, yeah, absolutely. I look at that and I think that what happened is the thing that makes the most sense. But no one who knows someone like Steve or Axel are ever going to look at them and be like, "Oh yeah, these guys are going to make a shit show." Like, there's no one's going to do a pipe bomb here, you know?
No way. And that's the thing, Brett. Do you buy into your personality? Is it on my local management, to speak to corporate and go, hey, this guy has been a treasure, he should go out right, so we look good as a company. He's not going to do anything stupid because he wants to work in this market. He doesn't want to leave Atlanta. He's not going to do anything. We can trust it. And then you trust your people in Atlanta. You trust the
ones that you hire to run that. Yeah, I agree with you.
You trust them. But corporate doesn't do that. And the thing is locally, my GM isn't going to go, whoa, I don't agree with this. First off, we shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't let this guy go, or we should be giving him a goodbye party. No, everybody's like, okay, whatever keeps my check rolling in. And that is the problem with corporate America. And everybody's, a cog in the wheel. So for me, the highlight of what I'm doing, and I'm not going after corporate. I've worked in it for 30 years, but I can say without being a jerk, maybe I'm tired of that. Maybe I'm tired of taking a test every 6 months to prove that I'm a good person, when it comes to minorities, sexes, or what have you. I have a moral compass. I have a sense of humor, and I'll joke just about anybody. You can't offend me, which I can't say that about most people because most people seem to get offended. But I will say that for me, now I'm working for an individual. I only answer to one guy, so things are a little looser. It's back to that old school. It feels like, almost like college radio or that first couple of years in radio to me, working for my Fox FM.
That's
so
cool.
One thing, before we get into my Fox, this is my analogy to how corporate companies work. You guys have both seen Ocean's, I think it's like 13, where Al Pacino has like the Asian hotel and they're bringing it down. Well, at the end, they rig all the games and they do this scene where they pan over the whole crowd and everybody has like a number on their head. They're either red or green and it's going up or down of how much money that person has with the casino. Literally, I think when corporate would walk through, they would look across the cubicles and all they just saw were those numbers above people's heads being like, that number's got to go. That number can stay. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
But I would get into the new gig.
Well, I started mornings. We call it the Southside Ride. And the reason we do that, I kind of like Southside Drive, but we went with Ride because back in the day, Chris Murray, who owns these radio stations, he has 35, about to be 37. He gave away my car, my Mustang, and he gave away a Harley Davidson of mine. So he's like, I'm going to give away more stuff. Southside, I'm going to give you a bike and I'm going to take it from you. So we called it Ride just in remembrance of the rides he's given away. But plus it's kind of a not used a whole lot for morning shows. Hey, the Southside Ride. the ride, that version. So I wanted something kind of original. I didn't want to do Yeah Come On Show, which they wanted me to do, because I'm like, I already have a Yeah Come On Show podcast. I got a Yeah Come On Bourbon Whiskey. That's enough Yeah Come On. So it's the Southside Ride with Southside Steve. I have a co-host in Jeff Cole, who did weekends at 96 Rock and did weekends on the river. Nobody knows who he is. And he wants his name in the show. And I told him, no, you're not there yet. No. Plus, I told him, I said, don't think Evan Brando's not trying to squeeze in. He needs a gig.
That's true. Trying to make a power play.
And I said, Brett Barney, who works for 3 radio stations, might want to come over and work for 4. I got boys. So let's just hold off there, Junior, and see if you make the cut. So I'm stiff arming him.
I gotta ask you about your promo video. I don't know if Evan saw it. Did you see the video where he was
okay? The Chris Farley show one.
That's the question. I picked up on it immediately, and I've shown it to several people that are my age, and they're like, I don't get it. I was like, how do you not get? Then I went and looked it up. It's a 30-year-old bit.
It's a dad giveaway. And it was an old bit. And it was Jeff's idea. He goes, do you care if we do the Chris Farley interview? I said, are you talking about the one he did with Paul McCartney, the Beatle? He goes, exactly. Let's do it along those terms. It was one of his, fun things. Before what's his face started doing the Ferns or whatever.
Oh, it was Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Zach
is Ferns.
Zach, you're number 2, baby. It started with Chris Farley. So we did that as a tribute to him because we play 70s, 80s, and 90s music. So I said, look, I watched Saturday Night Live. I remember seeing that live, thought it was hilarious. And I told him, I said, if you want to do it, we'll do it. So he scripted it, gave me the script. It wasn't hard to memorize. And I knew my role based on the way Paul McCartney handled it.
Oh, I thought you were great. I thought your acting was impressive.
You were more between 2 Ferns guests though than you were. Paul
I agree.
McCartney.
Paul
kind of
smiled a little.
Yeah, he smiles. You were stone cold.
You know what it was? I was more Matthew McConaughey between 2 Ferns.
Yeah, because it's a hostility there, right? It's a hostility. Whereas Paul McCartney, the character is like perplexed, but like, yes, I remember those things. Whereas Matthew McConaughey is more like aggressive to Zach Galifianakis. And same with like Barack Obama or whoever or
the Steve Carell one where he's like, is this really what we're doing?
Yeah.
But the reason I went with the Matthew McConaughey style is because I'm like you. I knew people that watched SNL 30 years ago would know what we were doing, but I also wanted to bring some young people on. So I said, if I take a Matthew McConaughey tone, they'll think it's the Ferns. But you were spot on, Brett. It was SNL, and we should play that here on the show.
Yeah, if you send it to me, I can throw it up right now.
All right, here it is. Get ready to throw it up.
Hey, Jeff Cole here with Atlanta radio legend, icon, Southside Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Remember that time you worked at 96 Rock and I did too?
Yeah, I think I do. Do you spell your name weird?
Yeah, it's with a G.
Yeah.
That time you said, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Okay. I do say it a lot.
Oh, you idiot. So we're going to do a morning show on Fox FM, 6 to 10.
Okay.
It's going to be called the Southside Ride with Southside Steve. Do you think I could put my name on it too? Or?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's funny.
So y'all thought that was funny. All right, well, I'm glad you liked it, but I thought it was a cool way to get ourselves out there. And that's something that Jeff Cole brings to the table. He has the similar abilities as you two, which is a gift. You guys do some great social work. You're great with video editing and acting. He brought his own light kit. He opens up this look like a hairdryer box, and all of a sudden this big pole comes out of it, and it's got the light, and throws his phone in there. And I'm like, well, you were ready for this. Then he's got like mic attachments, lavaliers or whatever you call them. And I was like, good God, dude, you were spot on ready. So there you go.
So how long have you known Jeff? I was kind of curious about that because obviously you guys crossed paths in the 96 Rock days.
Yeah.
Wait, was he on 96 Rock? I think I missed that.
He was. He started
cool.
96 back like 2000, 2001, 2001. He started 96 Rock in 2001. Yeah. So I'd already been there 6 years at the time, really 7, because I started in 94. And I remember him being a weekender, but I didn't really talk to him much. I mean, I was like, hey, how you doing? And then Tim Rhodes and I were both out live doing a gig, and he was running the board, and he interacted with us, and he totally screwed up. So we teased him for like 2 breaks straight, just ragging him. And he's like, he that was the first thing he said to me. So obviously he hasn't forgotten that. He still feels that wound. And I said, look, I apologize. I said, but Rhodes and I were ruthless. I said that was like jockocracy of radio. We would pick on anybody we thought was weak, and you were weak. And he's like, okay. And then he left 96, and I did not know this. When I had come back on in October of 2006, the regular guys were trying to bring me back after Rhodes and I had been let go to save money. And I think the higher ups knew they were going to flip the station, and they were trying to get me back in. So I was going on shows with the regular guys and basically coming in as a guest, do 3 or 4 segments, and I was out. And I did it for like 2 weeks. And Larry was going to the program director trying to get me hired, and he wasn't having it because, again, I think they knew. And then I told Larry, I said, I'm not going to keep coming in for free. So I'm going to say I'm not coming in until we work this out. Well, the day I said I wasn't coming in is the famous day the regular guys got in trouble with the station down the hallway doing the bathroom bit with the other station. And they used that to blow out the regular guys. So when they blew them out, the days were numbered of the 96 Rock. So I did not know it, but Jeff Cole was running the board for the switch. He was the last one to hit a 96 Rock song when it flipped to Project 961.
Oh, cool.
Thought it was pretty neat. He goes, it killed me, man. He goes, it broke my heart. I said, I hear you. But he was.
So what has he been doing in between? So
he went to the river.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
He was on weekends for the river, and he left the river because he didn't want to get the shot. So when they came down and said, you have to take a shot, just like they did to us, at Cumulus corporate, the whole world was buying into this crazy, you take this, you'll be fine. And now I think there's more problems than before. And I knew it. Brett never took it. But
I stayed there, filed religious exemption.
You were smart. You're smart. I took the hit, took the shot, but I did it knowing that I was doing it for my family. So I owned it. I'm not bitter about it. I did what I thought was right, and I didn't want to buck the system because I needed the income at the moment. So there you have it. But Jeff walked. He left the river because of it, and he's been out of radio ever since. Now he's back. He knew Chris Murray too. So he'd been working some side projects for Chris, doing a lot of production. He's also a struggling actor. So he's always trying to get calls. He has an agent. And
you keep calling him a struggling actor.
Struggling. Yeah. Please tell me that's going to be a part of the show.
It will be. You know why? Because it is a part of the show, because he's a struggling actor, because I've never seen him do a damn thing. I don't know who he is.
You need to sit him down and do a Greenskeeper viewing.
Yes. Oh, let's do that with Cineprov. I'm so down for that.
Do a breakdown and be like, let me show you how to really act.
Yeah, let me show you. Check this line out. You want to see my death scene? This is how you die. But he said he's done a few little projects. And then I said, well, what else do you do? He goes, well, I was on Christopher Rude's show up at 107. And he goes, I brought in some music. I also dabble in some music. I said, you're a struggling musician and a struggling actor and a weekend talent that nobody knew who you were. That's got to be disappointing. But I got him. He's nice. My guy. So I'm going to
what do you think about him so far? Give us your
solid.
Like him?
Solid. Very, very dependable. Knows how to take you in and out of a break. Very good at production. Just a dependable guy. He reminds me of what Brett would do. Evan, you would drop the ball occasionally, but unlike a Brett or a Jeff Cole, but you're very creative. You just need to not be dependent on. You just need to be able to get to the show. You're kind of more like a Southside Steve, Evan. Take that with constructive criticism. Now, are you turning the card around? It looks like you've taken a little U-turn. I think there's promise for you being that guy. You're talented. You just got to cross your T's and dot your I's.
No, you're right.
turn that daybed into a barber's chair. It's all it takes.
Guys, this background is aside will be different in the near future. I'm throwing out this daybed and getting a different daybed.
A bunk bed?
A
Car
bunk
bed? Car
Yeah,
bed.
me and Brett are gonna
car
stay
bed.
here.
Car bed. Oh, dude, if you got a bunk bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
It's you, me, the bunk bed. We'll solve mysteries.
Oh, that'd be great. And you could sleep in the top bunk like a little kid and bring your little kid heart back. And then you could have sex on the bottom.
Oh, man. That would be sick.
When the top bunks are rocking.
Don't come.
I'm getting laid.
Don't come and listen. Oh, man. Well, that's it. So just go. And a lot of people, it's so funny when you put this stuff up on social. Hey, I'm in Cartersville. How am I going to hear you? I'm like, look, Rock 100.5 didn't come to Cartersville either. And that's what I've been doing for 14 years. Guess where else Rock didn't go? Not much north of me. It definitely didn't go to my brother in Loganville. So listen, do what you can do, which is listen on the app. So it's my Fox FM. But if you live in middle Georgia, you pretty much got us. The 102.1 signal is really pretty strong through Atlanta. The 100.1 strong on the south side. And then we got like 97.3, which takes you into like Opelika, where my family lives. So we're in Columbus, Macon, we're Warner Robins. You'd be surprised where these signals are going. We're on 15 signals every morning.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we're pretty much middle Georgia, which is great. But I live in North Georgia, technically.
So I did want to ask you this, because I know that this is going to sound crazy, but somehow Rodney Ho from the AJC scooped us on releasing this information. And I was reading his article about your new show and everything you're doing.
He has a guy on the inside?
Yeah, he might have a guy on the inside. I don't know.
Look, I wanted to wait for this podcast. Everything should be told through this podcast. Everybody goes, you don't still do your podcast? I go, this is the only thing I know I will do forever. I can't say yes to anything other than the Yeah Come On Show podcast.
Let me quote Rodney on a few things. He said, Southside is an endorsement demon. What does that even mean?
I think it just means I am so far off the endorsement scale. Like I am savage about it. Like I'm the master. I'm like not of this earth. I mean, you can't call me an angel based on 419 women, but I'm not a horrible guy.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, biblically, do you have a problem with being referred to as a demon?
No. I took it as I'm just very. I took it as
I'm just asking questions here.
No, you can ask. I took it as I'm just doing a lot of enforcement, so I'm good.
And you're acting, against accordance with the Bible, right? When you do it.
No. I try to walk the line. The Lord is always with me. I pray every night. I pray for my family and that they don't leave me. There you go. Please.
He goes on to say, over the years, he has made thousands of appearances at bars, restaurants, and car dealerships. So I wanted to think about this.
I don't think that math adds up, personally speaking.
Let's give or take 15. I'll give you a little window, 15. So a 30 window. How many endorsements do you think you've done at, what do you say, restaurants, bars, and car dealerships? If you had to try and nail that number down, is it thousands? Is it multiple thousands?
Thousands. I think 1,000 probably realistic.
No,
3,000 to 4,000.
No, in one year, and this was 2000. What year did we add it up? Maybe it was 12. I think it was the year I got. We did Getting Married, or maybe it was 2011 or 12. I had done 265 gigs in a year. Literally, I had like every 3 days I was somewhere. So that's legit. I think I averaged 200 a year my entire career, except maybe the first couple of years.
So we're looking at a range of about 6,000 to 7,000 appearances.
Spot on.
No. Here's the ticket, though.
I calculated it.
There's only three types of appearances in there.
Yes, that's the other part. He only mentions the three:
right.
Car dealerships, bars, restaurants.
We're not talking about meat trucks or diamonds or whatever.
We're not talking about concerts.
Nope.
Yes, paid bar gigs. That's what I did more than anything. In 96, 97, 98, I bet you I was doing 4 to 5 bar gigs a week. I was doing 2 or 3 in Buckhead. I was working for Miller. I was working for Coors and Budweiser and Jack Daniels.
Because
It's
we
legit.
were trying to math this before you got on. I was like, all right, 30 years. And if like 1 week he does 4, and then the next week he does 1, but the next week he does 0, but then the next week he does 4, we'll say like 2.5 average over, you're probably not going to do all 52 weeks, but you probably are doing at least 50. Because I'm going to take you're probably not doing on Christmas something, that week's probably.
I was a
Are
gun
you?
for hire.
Well, you got to take COVID out entirely. 2020.
Yeah. COVID doesn't count.
Right?
COVID doesn't count.
Strip clubs got me out a couple of times on Christmas Eve and before for the money, and I would do a New Year's gig for anybody for $1,000+.
Oh, I know you always work on New Year's, or you're like running some race in the morning or something. So
Eastside Station,
you still do that.
Year's, Steve.
Yeah, I still do that. I've got Eastside Station coming up. Peachtree Road Race. I ran. That was a gig. Ran mic'd up and would always, do social media. I was always stopping at all the tents and talking. I even, when I wasn't running, I was on the side like a Mike Key was, cheering people on top of the vehicle and stuff. It's crazy. I mean, here you go. I got a radio article right here. Here's what it says. Listen up as you stare at probably my crotch. Southside Steve Rickman at a glance. Upcoming appearances in 1 week. Hooters in Savannah. Hooters in Kennesaw on Thursday. Savannah was tonight, as in, like talking about today. Then I had Duluth Hooters. Then I had Moe's grand opening, All Pro window tinting, and Eastside Station all in 7 days.
5? Damn.
5. And that's in the AJC. And this article's dated 2012 in the living section. They called me the hardest working man in radio, is the way I was referred to. So there's 1 week. But I can go back in my daily planners if you want, because I've got them all written down. You take my salary, which was this back in the early days of 96 Rock. I fourpled my salary. Fourpled? Like they gave me a ridiculous salary. I think my second or third year, I was making 35 grand. 35 grand. I was doing 130 on the street.
It was fourpled. I still want to. No, that's not the word.
It's fourpled. I call it fourpled. Don't make me fiffle it, because I will.
Don't fipple.
So it's like I don't think my
this advertising demon might even sixple.
Look, I don't think my salary got even with my promotions until probably 2002 or 3. And then of course my salary exceeded it, but it took me that long. I was making more money on the street.
Wow.
If there's
I wasn't even getting paid what I got paid the past 12 years. They're still low paying me. They were giving me like $300 a gig, and I was still killing it.
Off the top of your head, what are other things you'd like to fourple?
Sex in a day. I'd like to get a fourple in. I've had a triple, never fourple though. I'd like to fourple ice cream in a day. I like ice cream.
You can do that. You're an adult.
Fourple the size of your house.
Yeah, I continue to fourple. What do I fourple? Alcohol. I do anytime I drink. Yeah, come on, bourbon whiskey. I fourple it.
Oh, I get fourpled.
Or fifth.
Very fourpled.
Yeah,
I would fourple. I can get fourpled.
Yeah. Should I not have talked about money? I mean, people do know I made decent amount, right?
Yeah.
My God, my friends are professional athletes. I'm over here hanging out with. I ran into Chris Medlin. The dude, and Jason Schmidt back then, they've retired at 30, 31 with $70 million, dollar. I'm like,
that's a fourple.
If I got to apologize,
I'd like to fourple that.
Yeah, I'd fourple that all day.
Damn right. If I got to apologize for making $300-400 grand a year, then kiss my ass, because everybody around me makes more than that. It's just, here's the thing. One thing I want to tell people, am I making the same working for these smaller stations? No, but there's the chance to make as much or more, as we grow and more income I bring in. But it's not even about the money. If you're doing what you love, it doesn't matter. As long as you can put food on the table and you're okay, perks come all over the place. But I can't fathom why people are jealous of other people. I'm not jealous. Everybody on this street makes more money than I do, especially the last 3 months. I'm not jealous of anybody. Why do people get upset? I don't understand that. I mean, Brett, you've been the breadwinner on this podcast for 4 months. Evan and I have been getting $365 a week from unemployment. Was I jealous? Was I mad at you because
Yeah,
you're
you were envious of my fourpling nature.
Yo,
Dude,
you
I love
forpled
this
your
word.
dogs. You
I will
forpled your
for-
careers.
I want to.
you
You know
know,
what? If I fourple Southside, I want you to get a tramp stamp that says I've been fourpled.
you should be for Brooks, come over here and tell Daddy. Have you ever? My son just came down with his iPad because Mommy's putting the baby down. Come here.
Tell him to
come
say
here.
fourple. I'm obsessed with this word. I need to figure
It's a
out how to
good
use
word.
this more
Say the
proper.
word.
This is
It's
like
our
turd
word of the
noble.
day.
Yeah,
Here's my little boy. Say fourple.
Purple.
That's
All
fourple.
right.
You just got fourpled by Brooks.
Nice.
it can mean so many different things.
Yeah,
I love this word. It's. Can we trademark this as well?
we can.
Yeah,
I-
I think
I've
so.
got- I
I
know-
want to. We should sell a glass that says Forple.
Fourple. I will.
Yeah.
fourple
Hey, can you pour me? Hey, barkeep, pour me a Forple.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I don't know anything.
Oh,
Look at this. Look what I got laying around. I mean, I got no problem trademarking stuff, as you know.
that's true.
I mean, see, I mean, it's all here. I mean,
Steve, we need a rocks glass that's like has the lines on it. It's like one
It's
shot,
single,
2-shot,
double, triple,
fourpled.
gotcha. Yeah. What do you want to say, real quick? Come say something. You're not ruining the podcast. You're just making it better.
Poo poo scoop.
Okay. He and his little friends, their new words are poop and butthead. And I told him
Nice.
I don't like the way butthead sounds, so that's been erased from his vocabulary. But he says poo poo scoop. What?
Poo poo face you.
From the mouth of a 6-year-old. There you go.
Very nice.
That was fun. Poo poo. Who are you calling a poo poo? You think who do you think's more of a poo poo, Brett, or do you think it's Evan? Evan, yeah.
No, God, what?
That's
No.
right. He saw me sitting here.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
There you go.
You
He
threatened him
also-
with a knife one time. So
I know that's true. Brooks remembers you threatening his friend. And by the way, that kid's never been back in the house. Swear to
You're
God.
welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Just say
Not
hi.
my butt.
What's your name? Hold on. Can you say your name? Just say your name, and then I want you to stay on the couch and watch whatever you're watching, and stay off the adult programming on that iPad. Caught him on regular YouTube. Man, I had a heart attack. What? Say hi. What's your name?
Hi, what's your name?
No,
Booty.
you say your name.
Brooks.
He did pretty good there. All right. Now, I'm going to mention some advertisers because I got to keep money rolling in. As I said, I got to work harder now.
that's right.
I also have to work smarter. You know what I mean? Do you know what y'all like? I mean, I have to be like when I'm done, I'm a long post closer and hang out wherever I go and give the love. And it always makes me late to the next thing. Now I've just got to cut people off. Cut them off.
Yep.
Keep
Let's hit
moving.
those sponsors and let's get out of here.
That's what we got to do. We got to talk about sponsors. So the sponsors of this fine program, we'll start off with Legends. Yeah, come on, bourbon whiskey. Love it. Can't get enough of it. Drinking it. Get it at Legends Incoming or your favorite liquor store or bar. And if they don't have it, complain and they'll get it. Joe B's, man. JoeBees.com. Love Joe B. Love the bee pollen to 2 capsules. I want both of you on Joe B's. I'm going to get you guys Joe B's. I want you 2 healthy. I don't need anybody sick on this podcast. Secondly, David Markwell, MarkwellTherapy.com. We love David Markwell. One of the first to congratulate me. He is the show's psychiatrist. He could be yours too. He'll Zoom you, meet you in person. 2 locations in the Atlanta metro. The one I went to is in Marietta. Ridgeline Counseling. Woo, that's the name. Circle 285 for all your insurance needs. That's bundling. Circle 285 does free quotes. You contact them, they give you a free quote, and you basically see about bundling car and home. It's really good for parents with a lot of kids, or maybe your wife has a horrible driving history. Doesn't your wife have a horrible driving history, Brett? Is it cars get stolen or she wreck them?
No, my car got broken into.
Sorry, I apologize. You're the problem.
And
not
she
her.
got
Yeah.
into a
And then
really
she was
horrible
in
accident.
a bad
That wasn't-
accident.
I know.
Yeah.
We never.
But that
really
wasn't.
talked
That's not
about
really
that.
indicative of her.
Yeah,
driving.
and you know it's funny. I don't think we talked with her family about this, and they listened to the podcast, and it got mentioned on the podcast. So the next time we went over, that was a
You
fun
guys
conversation.
didn't talk about it.
It's not on me.
That's
Oh.
fair.
If you get in an accident, I guess you gotta tell them. Oh man! All right, should we? We'll stop talking about it. Anything else you want to say about it though? While we're on,
No, we're good. We're all
Are you
good.
going-
I mean, the car's
are you
good.
going to see the
Insurance
family?
covered it. We're good. Yeah,
do
we're
they know that? Do they know she was topless when the accident occurred?
no. Because
Okay.
she wasn't. I don't know. It's a long story. No, she was just like, "Don't talk about it on the show." I was like, "All right, whatever. I got you."
Yeah.
It's not
Oh
big.
my God, were y'all together?
No, I was at the Yeah, Come On, or doing the live
at the
show
Bourbon
with
Show.
you guys
Okay.
at
There
the
was no like.
distillery.
There was no like. Was it sexual wreck?
I'm sorry. Did you ask if the wreck was sexual?
Yeah, meaning was she like using a device and lost control?
Like
of
a
the
cell phone?
or a bullet?
I
Silver
don't.
bullet?
I mean, no. Like we recovered the firearms.
The double ender? Am I wrong? Should I not say that? I apologize.
Did we get through all the sponsors now? I'm just like,
Oh, we got one more. Oxygen Financial.
Oh,
Hey,
he'll be fine with that.
Was that Hitachi?
all right, we're done. We're done with that. You're good. You're good. You're good. Oh my God. So show 166, slightly uncomfortable for some, I guess.
Is it illegal to do that while driving?
No, I
Yes.
know lots.
No.
No, it is.
It's called distracted driving. You can, if you're doing anything that distracts you from operating an automobile, you can be in trouble for that.
Yeah,
So
but
about
what if
that?
it's hands free?
doesn't matter if you were knocked out.
Like,
I
like
get
literally, the
hands-free.
billboards say hands free. Don't distract. Like what if I'm hands free?
I don't think so.
Oh,
If
it's
she
click
say
it.
she was knocked
or
out.
ticket.
Say
Click
she was
it.
yeah, click it. Say she's knocked out.
Not-
She's laying there like this. Oh my God, I'm knocked out. And the device is down there.
Oh
and
my God.
It's still running. When the police officer comes up with a fireman, they're going to ticket her for distracted driving. She will be at fault, guaranteed.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't
Just
think
like
that.
if you had an open container, or if you had marijuana, anything, or if you had your TV.
Well, I'm
like
having
maybe
just a quick road soda. What am I?
if your
Yeah.
phone was on. I love how
Am I
they check.
15? Come on now.
I'm just saying, distracted driving. So
All
she
right,
needs
y'all want to finish me off?
to
Yes.
finish me off,
I'll,
finish.
I'll hit you guys with this. We'll change this up real fast. So here we go. I got 5 of them for you actually today. Woman 99 lives dream of facing blank. Woman 99 lives dream of facing blank.
Boston Bruins in a hockey match.
Facing fear of skydiving.
No, it is circus knife thrower. She always dreamt of having the circus person throw knives at her. If you guys were in a circus, what's the one thing you'd want to do?
Oh, I want to be the knife thrower. Are you kidding me? I'm just like,
No. There's always a bad day at the office.
Ah.
No, that is not
That's true.
good.
Yeah. Well, I hit her, but it was 2 p.m. on a Friday. I really kind of wasn't giving my all.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be the one that has the dogs, the poodle, and the little small dogs going around in a circle. That is, I would not want that. I don't want to deal with the lions because there could be a bad day.
You're the
I always
motocross guy in the orb.
No, because then, but
Yeah,
if
they
you wipe
zoom,
out,
and they drive sideways when they get enough
Oh.
speed.
I guess I would do that. That over the trapeze. Trapeze would be a close second.
I'm the clown in the crowd that gets to heckle people before the show. 100%. Not a
wanna
doubt
be
in my
like-
mind. I could easily do that. I can juggle. I can do all the stuff already. I could sign up for this right now.
I'm
I
glad you
want
know
to. I
that.
want to be the guy out front. I want to be the guy that's like, step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Come see the craziest people in the world. Come see a bearded lady, the world's strongest man, and a woman who can write. Ooh, be amazed.
bad. Wait, are you trying to be the ring announcer? Because if you're not, I'll be the ring announcer.
I want to be the guy that's bringing people in. You can be the
All
ring
right.
announcer all day.
I'm the ring announcer for the 3-ring circus.
Yeah.
And
All
I'm
I
the
gotta do is introduce people and not put my life on the line.
They walk in, they see Evan. Evan's the first one, and then I heckle them in the crowd, and then you run the show.
Yep.
That's pretty
How's
much what we're
everybody
saying.
doing, and welcome to the circus.
I think we
Adults.
got this down.
Children.
Be amazed. A man
Holy
with only one arm. Oh.
All right.
Tina Marie on the trapeze.
That was like what they were back in the day.
Have I slept with her? Of course I have. Nah.
The Yakimon Circus, should all fail, does have legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Starbucks new olive oil coffee is allegedly making people blank. Starbucks
Italian.
new olive oil coffee is allegedly making people blank.
Italian. No, I'm going to say shit themselves.
Yeah, I'm going diarrhea.
Yep, that is it. Poop a whole lot. Bingo, bango,
A whole
bongo.
lot. That's the title of the article.
Yeah, this is just the headlines, which is funny because there's that one thing online where it's like the kid talks about how he turned 21 and he goes to his grandfather and he goes, "Hey, how do I make sure I don't get too drunk with my friends because I know they're going to feed me shots?" And he looks at his grandson and he says, "You know what? Before you go out, take 2 shots of olive oil and it'll settle your stomach and coat it before the alcohol hits you. And then the kid says, well, I proceeded to not get drunk because I got to the bar, I had taken those 2 shots, took a few more shots at the bar, and then proceeded to shit my pants and had to go home. So that's how you avoid getting hammered on your 21st, is by drinking shots of olive oil. All right, Chicago man bungled Subway restaurant robbery by asking for blank. Chicago man bungled Subway restaurant robbery by asking for blank.
Ketchup on a hot dog. People laughed him out.
Say it one more time. I got to think. I got to make sure I got
Chicago man bungled Subway restaurant robbery by asking for
extra mayonnaise.
Man walked in and said, give me all the bread. He's talking obviously money, but very confused. You can imagine
great.
Subway workers.
Oh, come on. That's on a Dixie
That's
cup.
extremely funny.
Oh, my God.
All right, this is a fill in my gap. Bobby, the world's oldest dog, celebrates blank birthday. This is a Guinness World Record that just hit. Bobby, the world's oldest dog, celebrates blank birthday. How old is the
31st.
world's? Damn you, Evan. It is
Did I get
older
it?
than you. It is 31. We can't even keep going because
wow.
you nailed it.
Oh, good job.
Do you imagine having a 31-year-old dog?
No,
Like-
that's crazy. And then you go with the 31 times 7, supposedly.
Yeah.
That's an old dog. 31. My dog, we put down, we had one go to 20. But, man, 31.
That's
Whoa.
Crazy.
old.
Yeah.
I've
but
only
20
got like 10.
Yeah, we had a Chihuahua who was 14.
That's not
I-
bad.
Yeah, no. My girlfriend, their family had a cat who was like 25.
Yeah, but cats live way longer, don't they?
25 is still a
Much
long
longer.
fucking time for a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 31's really long for a dog.
21 is extremely long for a dog.
All right, last one. Fans are selling contacts that have seen Taylor Swift Era Tour for blank. How much?
$10,000.
Basically,
I saw these.
How much? Oh, okay. Do you know
I
the
saw that
answer?
one. $10,000. It's $10,000, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Evan's on fire. It's 10 grand. People are going to see Taylor Swift and then selling their contacts online for $10,000, taking them out of their eyes, 10 grand if you want to own contacts that some other person wore to a concert.
God, why? I mean, that's just bizarre. What am I not getting?
No, I don't know. It's like the people that are selling like the confetti, they're scooping up the confetti and selling it online. They're everything about this tour. It is insane. I know you guys saw the Georgia Follows
Nuts.
post of the MARTA train with the people like coming home from
Oh my
work
God.
when they were getting out on the bus or the train
Yeah.
and the concert let out. And the lady's like, no, don't get on the train. It's like, lady, there's
No.
thousands of us. There's no way you're stopping us.
Good luck with
We-
that.
We've got to get we have a friend, Dallas Dante, who worked at the radio
Yeah.
station with us. She is a diehard Taylor Swift fan. We've got to get her on the show and just ask her, like, what the fuck?
Because she
When I
was
say diehard, I don't just mean like a fan. I mean, she is
Diehard.
going to like at basically every show on this tour.
Yeah,
right,
I know
which
she's
is-
been to 3. She went to the opening one. I saw her posting about. She went to
Wow.
the Atlanta one, and I saw she had just posted about Nashville.
which is insane, right?
That's
Like, that
enough.
is-
I could never. I love bands, but there's not any band I want to go see back to back. Or
that's where I'm at.
This
Yeah.
this was actually a question my wife and I brought up because we saw somebody had spent $5,000 on tickets to go see Taylor Swift and said the show wasn't $5,000 worthy. What is one show, and you can pick any musician, living or dead, that you would actually spend $5,000 to go see?
Ooh, good.
Elvis or Leonard Skinner. Don't know which. I'd have to think about it.
Queen in their prime. I said
I saw
Stevie-
Queen not in their prime, and they were fucking incredible. Like
Stevie Ray Vaughan was mine.
That's
that's a
good.
good one. I don't think $5,000 for me for that one, but
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Elvis. If I could see Elvis in person.
Elvis is a good one. The Clash. I would love to see the Clash in their prime.
Mhm.
Elvis, just for the pure phenomenon of it, would be a
That's-
good one.
That's where my head's
The
at.
Beatles, maybe.
Yeah. Beatles, 60s Beatles, or after they all got long hair and high.
That's a good question. I would probably say either early Beatles because you could catch them at like a small venue, right? Or like 70s Beatles, where like Sgt. Pepper's Beatles.
Yeah. In Excess is one too that I just really dig. You know, when you see these bands on their way up, to see them in a small club, maybe even Motley Crue in a small club. You know, there's a few bands that would have been as that first couple of years where they have one or two little hits rolling. That would be fun. But I think, yeah, if you got to pick one, to me, it's got to be
And
Elvis.
it doesn't have to be
Leonard Skinner would have
5,000.
been
It's like
cool,
the most that you'd be willing to spend. Because I'll be honest, there's probably no musician out there that I would be willing to spend $5,000 to go see. If I had the 5,000 to burn and the Falcons were in the Super Bowl, that would probably be something that I'm spending $5,000 on. Or the Braves are in the World Series, I'm sitting front row behind the plate, and it's game
I think
7.
I think it's the right setting. If it could be a magical night, like you had like third row in an intimate setting, with food included, you might spend $5,000 on an Elton John, just to get
I think
something like that.
Oh,
If
Billy
it's-
Joel. Billy
or
Joel
Billy
would be a
Joel.
good one.
A setting. I mean, I got to see Kiss with only what was it, 300 people when they were here in town, maybe 300 to 500, and we went backstage, and I'd already met them because they'd done an interview at 96 Rock, but that was cool to see them do an acoustic set. So anytime you get something special, and
Oh, Nirvana.
there you go. A
That
lot of
I'd
could
see
be-
Nirvana, yeah.
like the MTV thing.
Yeah, like the unplugged.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just made me think
Yeah,
of that.
is there, I guess the better question is there like a specific time you'd want to see these bands, right? Not because like I could say $5,000 now for whoever, but like, would you want to see, Nirvana's MTV set, right? Like the Cheap
Or the
Trick.
the Eagles have a really cool one that they did. Their acoustic set. I think it was with MTV, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
Sure.
Yeah, and
So-
venues matter. If you could be in an outdoor venue like Red Rock or something like
Oh,
that.
dude,
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix at Red Rocks.
Oh yeah.
That would be unbelievable.
There you go.
Or
There's
you just
the-
say like, screw it. Like I'd go to Woodstock '69.
See, I think that's the one, right? Is it
Realistically,
look,
I mean-
that one's cheating because you're not picking one, you're picking all of them.
That is. How many bands there? What, 100? Yeah, you got everybody.
yeah, like opens with Santana and
Yeah.
just goes from there.
I even get Neil Sean out of that. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, with Santana. That's awesome. Well, I can tell you boys that it's been one hell of a week. So I'm back on air. 2 of us. We got to get Evan back on. Don't
Yep.
think I'm not throwing the names of brothers and sisters around. I am.
Oh, I believe it. I appreciate it.
I think that this is a company that a lot of us are going to end up working for that I'm with right now. It just depends. I think a lot of people are they don't want to be, like you said, I don't want to be a number. I want to be an individual. I want to be a face. I want that, that's important to me. I don't want to be just a number. So there you have it. So this is working. It is the Yeah Come On Show 166. I'm Southside Steve. That's Brett Barney and Evan Brando. Nicio, we call him Brando. Can I get a yeah, come on?
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
That was quick. All right, Brett. If anybody asked, you were first.
That's true. No, you got it. I'll take
Yeah.
that. I'll take my lumps.
Evan, I want to thank you for keeping your hands out of your hair today. You did very good.
All right, boys, I got to go get fourpled.
Brett,
All right.
Brett, thanks for keeping your pants on.